Hey, what's up, my wolf pack? It's Wolfmaster here, and today I'm at my locals, and I got this sweet playmat. But I am also here with my good friend Sam over here.
Yo.
Who you guys saw me play against with my Shadow Paladins. So we are here for a deck profile of his Angel Feathers. So Sam, show us what you got.
Alright, no problem. Well, the deck profile about this Angel Feather deck is, this is Celestials. Keep that in mind. So we're going to start with my starter, Puncture Celestial Gadriel. This one kind of is very interesting because decent starter. If it ever gets to a point where I feel like I need to start putting stuff back in the deck, that's what this card helps me to do. At the same time, if there's a point where I need to be at limit break, and I'm not there yet, if I'm at 3 and I need to be at limit break, this card helps me to get to limit break. That's what I love about the starter. So that's the start I'm running for this particular build.
Yeah.
For my trigger lineup, I'm running 8 crit, so I'm running 4 Samyazas, and I'm running 4 Asbiels. Asbiel is the fun one. Goes back to the deck from the damage zone. I look at the top 3, put one in damage zone, the other 2 go to drop zone. It can hurt, but it can also help at the same time. I'm running 4 stands because there are always those times where your opponent just they don't know what in the world is going to happen, and of course you have to run 4 heals. So
Of course.
so
I mean,
yeah,
you only have 3 heals. 1 heal's just gonna yell, "Hey, you forgot something!"
yeah. So that's my trigger lineup. So and that's my great zeros.
All right, let's move on to the ones.
Great ones. I'm running currently 4 Anios, which is the old school Celestial PG.
And I'm sure many commenters are going to ask this, why do you prefer to run this over the new Perfect Guard?
Well, it's just that at the time I've just grown to love Anio, but I'm considering moving to the new PG, but I'm still toying with that idea right now. So that was the reasoning behind that. So plus, I mean, for me, the art it's another reason because of the artwork. So that's been another big reason for me. So we have 4 Aniels. I'm running 3 Arapakis, which are the 10Ks. I'm running 3 Room Jaws, which are the break enablers for Angel Feather.
How many are you running?
3. I'm running 3 of those. And finally, I'm running 4 Nursing Celestial Norels, which are the ones that can swap out a card from your hand with a card in damage zone.
Very, very useful, if I may say so.
Oh yes, and when we get to the grade 2s, I'll explain why, especially with 2s and 3s. So that's my grade 1s.
All right, let's go to
Grade
2.
2s.
Curtain number 2.
First off, 2 Danielles. This is the one that whenever another card with Celestial in its card name enters the damage zone, I can counterblast one. She pops out from the damage zone onto a rear guard circle, and then the top card goes in the damage zone. That's where Norel comes in handy. This is one of those times.
Of course, before you get on to the other one, I was wondering, why exactly do you only run 2 in this deck? Like, is 3 or 4 just overkill, or is it just you use too many counterblasts as it is?
Right. I did run 3 at one point, but I did feel like there was way too many counterblasts going on with that deck. I mean, don't get me wrong, I know I'm going to be able to move stuff back from the damage zone out of the deck and just refresh all my damage, but at the same time, I don't want to be at a point where there's some effects I can use that I can't do it, in which I don't have the damage to just counterblast to do it.
Alright, that's understandable. Alright.
Then I'm running 3 Raguels, the 12Ks.
I got it online for $24.
And I'm running 2 Sariels, which are counterblast 1 was placed. I can search for any Angel Feather card from the deck, put it in damage zone, and then choose a face-up card. And if I do that, choose another face-up card in my damage zone and send it to drop zone. So practically, I just swap stuff between the damage zone and drop zone at that point.
Yeah, I remember seeing this in the anime with Rekka just getting Zerakiel in the damage zone so she could get that limit break off.
Exactly.
Very, very useful.
And last but not least, I'm running 4 Asmodeus.
Obviously, it's a Legion, mate. You
Yeah.
gotta have 4.
Yeah, I mean, I've toyed with the idea of 3, but anyway, this one, count plus 1, and put it in damage zone. If she were to hit, and if I have I can pretty much choose any card in damage zone except for her and call it out. So she's another one that works well with Danielle. And thus, those are my grade 2s. Now,
All right, and now
the grade
Morikawa is about to fanboy right now because we got the grade 3s.
Yep, and here we go. First off, I'm running 4 Ramiels.
And for those of us who don't know, what does she do?
She is the brake ride for this particular build. When I've got an Angel Feather rides over her, I can choose a card in my damage zone and add it to my hand, and then send the top card of my deck to my damage zone, and the unit that rode over her gets 10,000 power.
Oh, very nice. And the other skill
Is that when she attacks a Vanguard, she gets +2.
All right, very nice.
And my other grade 3 is the Legion, Melchiadiel.
Yeah, I remember her. She's the reason why I had to waste like 10 cards in my hand just to guard.
Yeah. Well, with my Melchiadiel, the first thing I'm gonna get to I'm gonna start with her second effect. When I have another unit in middle column, she gets +3 when she attacks. But then her first effect, which I really love, if she's Legion, all units on my front row get +2. And there's another copy. If there's a copy of a card that's in my Vanguard circle, whether it be her or the Legion mate, and the damage zone, all units on my front row will get +2. So if I break ride and I have everything set up, she can get to almost 50,000 that one turn.
Yeah, I'm well aware of how dangerous this thing is. Like, and before we move on to the strides, I want to ask, like, what do you think of the other Legion? I mean,
it's not that bad, but I feel like I'm putting more stuff in drop zone than I need to be at the time. Because there are times where I have heals that pop up when I don't need them to, so it's like instead of them being able to help me out, they're going to be going to the damage zone, or they're just sitting in the drop zone waiting to go back to the deck.
I get you. Like, most of the times if you don't have a Legion, you don't want to mill your heal triggers.
Exactly.
Alright,
So, those are my grade 3s. Now to the more majestic aspect of this, the grade 4s. I'm running 2 Raziels, which and this is the card I was talking about when I was talking about the issues with me running Danielle.
And this is the only stride you saw from the guy.
Yeah, sadly.
I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry. I had to go there.
It's fine. But Raziel, I Soul Blast 2 when it's placed on Vanguard Circle. I send all my cards to the damage zone back to the deck, shuffle the deck, and then I send that number from the top of the deck back into my damage zone. So if I have like all these triggers in my damage zone, I can send them all back, and I can refresh all my damage and get all my triggers back in the deck. Oh, especially if Danielle shows up in damage zone. This guy helps to get Danielle going pretty fast too. So,
Of course, this guy is really, really good when you use him right.
oh yeah.
Alright?
Then the second, I'm running 2 Holy Celestial Mikhails. So let's say I have my Vanguard's Legion.
Okay.
So I can counterblast 1. I send the top card of my deck to the damage zone. But if there's a copy of a card in the damage zone that is also a card in its heart, I get to call a unit out from the damage zone to rearguard, and that unit gets +5,000.
Very nice. Very
So there are times in which that card has actually saved me a good bit.
I can imagine.
Now, if you're running Angel Feather, the last stride is mandatory.
And Ren Hashima is fangirling right now.
Yeah,
Seeing her stride.
Yes, 4 Holy Seraph Raphaels.
Yeah, I borrowed this card from him for the tournament. I actually managed to win 2 out of my 3 games. So, yeah, I mean, I didn't go into this often, but it really helped. So, for us, I mean, we both know what it does.
Oh,
but
yes.
For those of us who don't know, please enlighten us.
Now, Raphael is interesting, because with Raphael, you have to be at Generation Break 2. But the cost for its effect is you flip a copy of her from the G zone. You choose a face-up card from you just choose any card from your damage zone and heal it. Regardless of whether you're more or less, you just heal.
Yeah. I mean, with this thing, using its skill, if you use one and then you manage to get one to like use all four of these, it's like having 6 heals in the deck.
Yeah. Which is
Which
actually
one
pretty
of
fun.
y'all on my face first?
We'll get to you in a sec. But anyway, guys, that was my friend Sam with his awesome Angel Feather deck, and who you heard right now was our good friend Mr. Riot over here.
Causing that chaos and mayhem at all costs. Fight.
Don't buy it. Subscribe to my channel.
Subscribe to my channel. Wow.
All right, so thank you very much for showing this, man. Thank you.
No
very
problem.
much. And be sure, all my Wolfpack, be sure to break ride, Legion Mate, and stride that like button because your Vanguard will get much stronger from that. And be sure to subscribe to my channel to become a member of the Wolfpack today for more awesome Vanguard content. I'll see all you guys in the next video. I would do my signature and how right now, but there's a lot of people in here, and I don't want them to think I'm crazy. All right, that works. All right, bye-bye.